before you. So that means you must be exposed. Wait. Okay, looks like we are now live. Okay, last thing that I need to do, it is to just share my screen. Okay, then it's fine. Let me share my screen, and then from there, I've got something for you. Then we'll do. Okay, honorable members, there you go. Just like we've been doing the previous time, I will give you some time to very quickly work out this. You take a photo and then you submit via WhatsApp inbox, and I'm going to be going through your submissions, and then from there, I will correct you when necessary. Did you guys get the instruction on that one? Guys, did you get the message there? Silence. Guys, are you still there?
Sir, I can hear you, but I don't know which submission are you talking about?
Are you able to see my screen? Let's see. Guys, is everything okay on your side?
I can see your screen, sir.
Okay. Is it everyone who's able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, there is a question. So, for those who do not know, I think it's only one. So, you answer question 2.3.1, you write down your answer, you take a photo, you submit via WhatsApp inbox, and then I'm going to check that. I'm going to check what you did, what answer you're getting. Then from there, we do the corrections, and then we move on to something else. How much time am I giving you on this one? By the look of these, how much time am I giving you on that one, honorable members? Okay, 10 minutes for those two questions. Sinit, do you understand what I've just explained?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to write there and say submission time. Okay. Submit at 19, 10:50. 10:15. Yes, okay. So that is the time that I'm giving you guys to work out this one. So the next question is going to be completely different. It may be a different topic, or it may be something a bit lighter in preparation. So just make sure that you finish within the given time so that we can be able to move on. Also, just take a screenshot just in case if the screen disappears, then you know you've got it. In the meantime, I just want to be checking if I could add some more questions. So you just need to make sure, honorable members, that all that you've learned up to this point, you try to apply it on this question? Very much important, honorable members, that at all the times you are ready for anything which may come at any angle. So you do not need to know what's coming, you just need to know what to expect. Because in mathematics, honorable members, you can actually never know how to know what's coming when it comes to mathematics. You just know the structure and you just know these are the types of questions that might come. Regarding exactly how they will come, you will never know. But trust me, the question itself will guide you in terms of what it needs. Then you will know exactly what you're supposed to do. So when it comes to mathematics, honorable members, it's like going to a fight. You just know that, okay, we're going to a fight. You don't know how your opponent will be fighting. You just need to know how you are going to strategize when it comes to the fight. Know and understand your tools, meaning know and understand that your calculator must always be in degrees. Don't leave it in, is it red or grade? And then what's that other one? Otherwise, if you are doing trigonometry and you're dealing with angles, you're going to get completely wrong answers. Very, very much important, honorable members, on that one. So just make sure at all the times to remain ready. Also, write a little bit faster, because the moment you start wasting time on questions that you do not understand or do not know even where to start, you are going to waste much of your precious time. So you don't write exam during exams. This is the opportunity for you to go through exam type of questions. All these questions that I'm taking you through, honorable members, they're not coming from me. It's just screenshots from a library of past question papers. So we make use of these exam questions in order to revise in preparation for final examinations. So just make sure that as a start, you start with some things that are not that much complicated. Of course, it may be complicated, or you might get it wrong, not because it is complicated, but because you forgot the basics. So the main aim is for you to try and revise and try to remember all that you need to remember, so that during exams, you know which topics to focus on, which topics to prepare, and you are not all over and trying to do everything at once within a short space of time. Okay, are we winning there, honorable members? Are we winning with the question there? The Maalis, Amantle, Bujani, Ivy, Sementi, Nova 9, Neile, Ditsela, Kutlano, and Ngwe. Guys, are we winning there? Are you still busy?
Trying, sir.
Yo, I'm not sure if it's Ali, but I could hear Ali saying trying, but there was this other sound. Guys, are we winning there?
No, that
Or
was
is
me,
it
sir.
difficult? Okay. Are we winning or is it difficult? I'm still waiting for the answers, honorable members. You can see time is no longer on your side. You're only remaining with 2 minutes. Are we winning there? Someone is trying to speak, but
I think I have
yeah,
a
I'm
hint
sure.
towards the answer.
Are you done, the Alice? There's someone who's trying to speak, but you can hear the sound. I'm not sure. I'm not able to hear you, the honorable member. Just in case if you can hear me and you're trying to speak, I think it's Sinead. Sinead, can you send me a WhatsApp inbox? I completely can't hear you, the honorable member. Or is it only me? Guys, can you hear Sinead?
I don't believe so.
Say it's me. Okay, Ali is saying it's hey. Okay, the Alice, you might need to send me a WhatsApp inbox. Guys, it's almost time to submit. Whatever that you've done, whether you are done or not, please do submit. You take photo, send me a WhatsApp inbox. Time to submit, honorable members. Time to submit. Guys, still working on it. What's happening there? Pujani, what's happening there? Ivy, Sam, Mandy. Okay.
Yes, I remember. Oh my God. You guys waking up? How are you?
Remember to take a screenshot the Maalis. Ditsela. Oneile Nova 9. Luabia. Okay, I got something there. Let me check. No, don't complete the question. It's fine even if you are not yet done, because I just want to have a sense of what you were doing, unless if I've given you very little time, but this honorable member will send something. Okay, then it's fine. In the meantime, let me go through what this honorable member has done while I'm waiting for you guys to finish that one. Someone please remember to mute your mic so that we are not disturbed by the background noise. Okay, now the time will then update it to 19:20. So you've got an extra 3 minutes there. Let me see what this honorable member did. Okay, took that, and then that is that. And they say that is equal to that. And that, and then that is equal to that. Okay. 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 Okay, I see what you've done there, Mandy. We'll verify all of that when we do the corrections. Then, okay, let me check this one. Okay, that, we have that there, and then that. And that. that. Okay. Trouble with this one. Okay, then it's fine. Very quickly, honorable members, let's have a look at this one. So the first thing that you need to do, this is how you study and make a conclusion after you have studied. And then you know that come exams, you no longer have to write all of discuss. I just want to meet someone. You're working. I am convinced we'll just get to the final answer and then I will be satisfied with your working. The only advice that I'm having is to not worry about rewriting the question itself. Okay, there's someone who just unmuted themselves. I think Juanita, remain muted, honorable member. I am trying to avoid that option where I to try and unmute, just in case if you need to make me aware. Okay, so let's see. This is what I've always been saying, the honorable members. I've always been saying first step with this type of questions. First step, you obviously need to complete a right-angled triangle. Or one can say first step, you need to isolate a trig ratio. Maybe let me say isolate a trig ratio or solve for something of that nature and complete a right-angled triangle. By completing, it means we want to know the adjacent, the hypotenuse, and the opposite values. We need to know those three values. And then the last, not necessarily the last, but let's say the third step, maybe let's say the last step being the third step, then you can attend to questions. Attend to questions. Yes, that means you can work out that problem by following those three steps. Maybe very quickly, let me work it out up to a certain point, and then I'll give you guys an opportunity to participate. What did I say about first step? I said, let's isolate a trig ratio. What is a trig ratio? It could be sine, it could be cos, it could be tan. Sometimes it could be sec, cosec, or cot that may be given as part of the equation. What am I talking about? Can you see? They say in the diagram below, there we've got point A, which is a point in the third quadrant, and we've got B angle OA. In that triangle, the angle is theta. And again, we are given that equation over there. So in our equation, can you see our trig ratio is sine angle? That's what we need to isolate. What do I mean by isolate? In simple terms, honorable members, I'm just trying to say, rewrite this such that you take everything to the right and you just leave either that, or that on the left-hand side. It depends on what you are given. In this case, we're given sine. So that means this 5 sine of an angle, which is added to 3 being equals to 0. you need to take this to the other side. Then you have 5 sine of an angle which is equals to -3. Now we need to remove that 5. Why do we remove it? Remember, we just want to remain with the trig ratio. So we are forced to divide both sides by 5 so that that cancels with that. Then we have our sine of an angle, which is equals to. Guys, very much important. Do not write this thing as all over 5. You must never write it that way, because that negative, it's not for 3. It may be for 3, but it's not necessarily for 3. It could be for that 5. So how must you write it? You must just say negative, and then you do your over. Then 3 at the top, 5 at the bottom. And then with a pencil, you can just remind yourself to say the ratio for sine, it's actually, let's say, no, opposite over hypotenuse. With a pencil, you can just say it is opposite over hypotenuse. And the hypotenuse, it is always positive. The r, the radius, it is always positive. It therefore forces that negative to belong to -3. So now I think I am done with the first step of isolating the trigonometric ratio. Before I continue, are we all okay up to this point? I think this is similar to what many of you guys did. I'm receiving some more submissions now. Yes. Guys, are we okay up to this point? I think we are, based on what I'm getting.
Yes, sir, I'm good.
Up to this point. Okay. Then it's fine. Let me see this last one. So as I'm working it out, check out what you've done as well on your side. Okay, so now let's move on to the next step. What is the next step? We need to complete a right-angled triangle. This is where now you're going to use theorem of Pythagoras, where we know that we have got r squared, which is equals to x squared, that you must plus it with y squared. Obviously, our r, it is 5. You square that, which is equals to, it looks like it is x that we are looking for. Our y, what is it? Is it -3? Okay, then from there, that's when you can solve. Obviously, this is 25. If you take that to the other side, trust me, it is 9, which is equals to that. I'm just taking a shortcut there because having to work out that, it shouldn't be a complicated thing to do. Only if you do not understand what I'm doing there, then let me know. Remember, this thing being -3, when you square it, it becomes +9. And this +9, when you take it to this side, it changes the sign. That's why I'm getting that. 25 minus 9, is it 16? I think it's 16. I think it is 16. Then when you square both sides, that's when you've got your x, which is equals to plus or minus 4, because square root of 16 is 4. Yeah, I think 25 minus 9 is 16. Yes. Okay, so now that means your x value based on that quadrant. In that quadrant, are we having positive or x values? In that quadrant, it seems like that is why you are therefore going to have a -x value. You must just remember that when you square, then you've got a positive, a plus, or a minus value. Then you just need to choose from those. I see the mistakes I made now. Okay, then it's fine. So now it means we have completed our right-angled triangle. What do I mean by completing right-angled triangle? It simply means, honorable members, you must just remember that, okay, here you've got your -4, and then what is it? Your y value, is it not -5? I think it is -5. And then, wait, why is it like I'm confusing these things? Let me quickly check. No, our y is -3. Yes, our y, it is -3. -3. It is our 5, which is the r. So now we have completed our right-angled triangle. One mistake, if you take this, you write it there, and then you take this, you write it there. Just that one mistake, you are in a big trouble. But let's see, guys, up to this point, are we okay? Are we all okay up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it is fine. Maybe let me check. Sinit, can you very quickly conclude on the last part, which is attending to the question? Can you quickly explain what you've done up to so far? Checked your answer, it looks convincing. I've checked with the other honorable members. I just want to understand on your side, what did you do there from that point?
I got stuck after I reached after solving for x -4. After that, I got stuck, like I didn't know what else to do.
Oh, you didn't know what else to do.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but after you've done that, the next step, it is to therefore attend to the question. Maybe let's check. Can you see there on my steps? It looks like all of you guys did step 1 and step 2. You followed that. But what does the step 3 say?
To attend to the question.
Yes. Okay, now let's attend to the question. What is the question saying? They say determine the value of that without using a calculator. Can you see? So now we are starting with 32.3.1. They are saying determine the value of 30
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. You're breaking.
So we need to, it is to therefore rewrite
Yeah, breaking. I can't hear you clearly, sir.
and breaking. I'll have to make a plan. So do we submit via WhatsApp? Yes, you always submit via WhatsApp. Guys, am I breaking to all of you?
No, sir.
Guys, am I breaking?
No, sir.
Not to me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Same here, sir.
Yes.
No problems on my side.
Okay. Remember to be clear, honorable members. When you say yes, just make it clear if you are saying yes, I'm breaking, or no.
Yes, sir, you are breaking.
It's here there. Let's see. Okay. Maybe let me check. Sinit, am I still breaking? I heard Silku there saying I'm breaking. How about now? Still the same?
No, it's much better now, sir.
Sir,
Chihu,
you're better. So I can hear
it's
you.
better. Okay. Then it's fine. But now we are attending to the question. Maybe let me add a description there to say, on the third step, where it says, or where I'm saying attend to question, what you simply need to do, it is to, I'm not sure how I'm going to summarize this, but what you need to do, it is to rewrite the trig ratio in a form of x, y, and r. Maybe let me say convert to ratio or ratios. That is r, that is x, that is y. I'm not sure how best I can summarize that, but what I'm saying is convert the trig ratio, the trig ratios into their ratios of x, y, and r. So can you see here, we don't want to see tan. We don't want to see cos. We don't want to see sine. We don't want to see sec, cot, cosec. The moment we see it, we need to convert it into its ratio in a form of x, y, or r. What do I mean by that? Here on the question, I'm seeing 30 tan angle. Don't confuse that to be an angle. It's not an angle. This is the position for an angle. So that means that 30, it's a number, just like 2 tan angle. The moment it is written there, it is a number. It means it's 2 yadi tan angle. If it's 60, we know there's a special angle of 60, but don't get confused by that number being 60, 30, or 45. Just know that based on where it is written, it is just a number. So that means we have 30. This one, what did I say? You convert it. What is tan? Tan, it is y over x. So that means you've got your 30 there, and then you just take from your completed triangle. This is your y, this is your x. Meaning, you are therefore going to take your y, you put it there, your x, you put it there. Obviously, that is going to cancel with that. And then you can say I've got 30 times 3. I'm thinking that one, it should be 90 over 4. This is possibly your final answer, unless if you can further simplify it. I'm not sure. Am I
Sorry,
losing you
sir.
there, honorable members? Or did I
Sorry,
make a
sir.
mistake?
Could you repeat the part where
Yes.
you went to the 3 and 4, sir? Where does that come from, sir?
The 3 and 4, you just take them from your that. Or did I mix them?
No, sir. I was just asking.
Okay. But it comes from your completed right-angled triangle. The reason why you had to complete it is so that when you get to the question, you know what is the value of y, what is the value of x, what is the value of r.
Sir, so this is so,
Yes.
sir, I'm confused. Like, how is 10 theta? How is 10 theta y over x if the angle that is between the x-axis and the triangle is not theta?
Wait. Is it me who missed something there? Okay. How am I going to explain this one? Yeah, I think I will have to try find a way to better explain this, even though I get your point. I do get your point. So I get your point in terms of what you are saying there, but I'm trying to find a way to explain why we still use angle theta, even though that angle, it seems to be starting from there all the way up to there. This is what Chigo is asking. So what I'm saying is, this is the right angled triangle with your 3, your x being -4, you have your r being 5. So Chigo is asking to say, the angle theta is not like it is that one there, but that angle theta, it starts from there and it goes all the way up to there. I think I'll have to check on my notes. There is an explanation, Chiro, as to why that angle of theta, it can still be used for that section, even though it's not for the whole of that. I'm just trying to figure out if it's based on that reason that from here to there, it's 180 degrees, and then you still need to plus that small angle, which could be referred to as theta or alpha, and then the addition of those two is the same as that. And then we've got what we call the reduction formulae, where somehow when you are dealing with the reduction formulae, somehow it can be worked out to prove why the whole of that angle can still be represented when using this angle there. I will try a check on my notes to find out the explanation why that is the case, but for now, what you just
So
need to
I
remember is that for the fact that you had to know that.
So I think I see like where it's coming from.
Yeah, but on my side, I just forgot. I think I did explain this part in the beginning of the year. I completely forgot how that explanation came about. But if you remember, we said, because I don't think it's everyone who understood that part, but our conclusion was that to not confuse ourselves, for as long as you know that you had to find that and you had to find that and you completed your right angle triangle, then in terms of the angle, it is that one. Or maybe, do you mind sharing why you say you understand where it's coming from? Maybe I might remember, or it could be that you've got a different explanation. Then we'll explore that one.
So it's because of the cast diagram, and I think they're called identities. I'm not sure.
Something of that nature. But
Yes.
as long as you are able to understand where I'm coming from, for now, let's continue on that conclusion that we made. Then I will check on those notes and that previous lesson in terms of what was that simplest explanation. But for now, do you then understand what I've done over there regarding that and also working it out with that?
Yes, sir.
Any more questions, honorable members? Because I think most of you guys did work it up to there. Oh yes. What is it? Sinit, do you now understand this part? I think I was referring to your script. Mendlonke.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir, you called me?
Does it make sense what I've done from that point? Okay, this one, it can be simplified as 45 over 2. So that should be the final answer. Guys, are we all on the same page on that one?
Yes, sir.
I would like
Yes,
to make
sir.
sure that all of us are on the
Yes,
same
sir.
page, because one thing for sure, you will need to expect this type of a question. It always comes. And I would like for you guys to, okay, just to test you. You see, if you remember, I used to derive my own questions. So now I'm going to squeeze a question in between there. And that question will therefore be, let's say 2.3. Yeah, maybe 2. Yeah, to replace that question. So now the question is, work out this. Sec theta minus 1. Yes. And this one, it could be given 3 marks. Yeah, I think this will be a good exercise. There could be more, but work out that one now. Guys, can you all see the question there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. Very quickly, have a look on that and work it out. And also do the
Sir,
same.
must we do it according to the...
Yes, that diagram. According to that diagram.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I've got an answer if you want it.
Wait. Okay, don't say the answer as yet. What you can do is to send send it via WhatsApp inbox, so that, yeah, send it via WhatsApp inbox, the Maanis. So 2 more minutes for everyone to wrap up, and then
Maar
from
ek
there
vond julle sistemaak is net as 4 keer nou. Voor die lessentjie.
Okay. Okay. Let's now continue. I will just check guys who submitted. Roseanne. Okay, she did that, is that, that, and then that. Amantle, are you sure you did not hide something there where you wrote Amantle? Just check. Just check there, unless if you missed something. Amantle, Amirose, can you see there? I think where you wrote Amantle, you must have hidden something there. I'm not sure. Just check it so that it doesn't hide some things there that you've written. Let me see the Alice. What did Ali do? Said that and that, and then that over that, and then ends up in that. Okay, it's fine. We'll look into that, and then let's check what Cheryl did. Cheryl said that is that over that. Yes. Not that I'm saying correct, but it's easier to do it that way. Let's see, Oneile. And that. Okay, Oneile, once you write it in a form of X, R, and Y, you mustn't write it again. Nah. You mustn't write it again. I'm saying you mustn't write it as sec, and then you still use X, Y, and R. So you will just see as we work it out in terms of how you do it. Okay, then it's fine. Now, maybe let me start by explaining this part. I will explain it on the new honorable member. Sinit, are you still there? I've never explained this to you, but everyone is aware, and this is the starting point. Sinit, are you still there?
So I don't understand.
You don't understand
I
how
tried,
to work it out.
but I don't understand.
Okay, then it's fine. You know we've got these things that we call trig ratios, isn't it? Cos angle, let's say maybe sine angle, let's say tan angle. You know about these things, Moss?
Yes, sir.
These are what we call the trigonometric ratios, and they have their cousins. So we have, for example, cot angle. We have, for example, a sec angle. We also have another one called cosec angle. Do you know about these ones?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. So they are called reciprocals. So what is the ratio for cos angle?
It
Or
is
cos?
adjacent of a hypotenuse. It's adjacent of a
Okay, so
hypotenuse.
under this topic, we therefore use adjacent as x, hypotenuse as r, opposite as y. So now, what is the ratio for cos in terms of x, r, and y?
It is x over r.
Okay, it is x over r. I agree, adjacent over hypotenuse. What about sine?
Y over r.
Okay, what about tan? Obviously, we know is y over x. Nay. So now I want to know if these are what we call the trig ratios and below are the reciprocals or the inverse. What is therefore the inverse of cos? Is it cot? Is it sec? Is it cosec? What is the inverse of cos?
It is sec. It is sec.
It is sec. So how we cramped it, we look at letter number 3, C, meaning C4. cos. So what does it mean in terms of the ratios?
It means that
What is the ratio for sec?
it's going to be r over x.
Exactly. So you take that, you write it at the top, and then that at the bottom, because we are saying a sec is the inverse of cos. What does the inverse mean? You take what is at the bottom, you write it at the top. You take what is the top, you write it at the bottom. And then when we look at letter number 3, which is T, T stands for tan. So that means cot, it is the cousin for tan. What is the inverse of cot? So that means if you have a question that has cot, just know that the ratio for cot, it is x over y. Letter number 3 for cosec, letter number 3 is s. S, it means it is the cousin for sine. Meaning, when it comes to cosec, the inverse, it is that over that. So for it to now make sense, when you look at this question, it is sec minus 1. You just need to ask yourself a question, Sinit, to say, what is the ratio for sec? Based on what we discussed there. What is the ratio for sec?
It is x over y, r over x.
Yes, the ratio for sec, it is r over x. So that means all that you need to do is just to write r over x minus 1. That is your first step. Next step, you just go to that same triangle, because everything is based on that triangle. What do? You put your r, which is 5, over what is your x? Is it not -3? I think it's -3. Then you say minus 1, and then you simplify. This is primary stuff to simplify.
4, sir.
Does it make sense? Yeah.
It's -4.
Is it -4? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it doesn't matter that much, whatever that it is. Do you now understand the starting point? All of you, this question goes to all of you. Do you guys understand what you had to do there? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
see. This is Mendlonke. Mendlonke, you are correct, honorable member, even if you said, but even if you said -5 over 4, mathematically you are correct, but we know where that negative is coming from, because when you work it out, it will lead you to the same answer. So can you guys see from this part going down, that's when they want you to simplify without using a calculator. And this is what you are being taught in lower grades, grade 8 and 9, somewhere there. So in case if you therefore need this kind of lessons, that means you must also attend the lower grades, because at this stage, especially during final examinations, we can't be teaching you how to simplify, for example, this. You must know. And also, don't just punch this on a calculator and write it as a final answer, because the question says without using a calculator. So what I was saying is that the reason why, Sinit, I had to start where I started there, it's because sometimes a question, it can come where, for example, they say, okay, negative sec angle plus cot angle. How are you going to do this one? Then you must know what is the ratio for sec. The ratio for sec, possibly it's r over x, plus what is the ratio for cot? The ratio for cot, I think it is x over y. So can you see, you must be careful of that negative. That negative, you must have it. And then inside the brackets, nicely, you just write that ratio. And then from there, you just go back to that same diagram again. You say, okay, you are having that negative. What is your R? It is 5. What is your X? I think you said it's -4. And then plus, what is your X? Is it -4? I think so. Over, what is your 5? -3. Then you start working it out going down. That's why I was saying, honorable members, that's why I was giving you the steps to say, first step, you isolate the trig ratio from that given statement there. From, I don't know what happened there. And I think it's the network. Guys, are you still there? Was I breaking? Did I lose you? I'm not sure if you guys saw what happened there.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Guys, are we still together? I'm glad you were able to see everything. So what I was saying was, first step, you isolate the trig ratio, which was this part that I was explaining. Let me write it there. Which was that part. The next step, it is to complete your right angle triangle, meaning if you have y and x, you need to find r. If you have r and x, you need to find y. If you have r and y, you need to find x. Then last step, you attend to the questions. How do you attend to the questions? You convert those trig ratios in a form of r, x, and y. Who was that honorable member where I was saying you don't need to rewrite it? Was it Oneile? Oneile, do you now understand when I was saying you don't need to rewrite the sec? I'm not sure if Oneile will be able to understand what I was explaining there. But to everyone, do you guys understand what I was saying there, honorable members or members who are honorable? Do you fully understand what I was explaining there on that question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. I wish to add 2 more questions, different questions, just in case if you have an exam that you might be preparing for, or it could be a test for tomorrow, whatever. You are welcome to leave the lesson. This is a recording and I'm going to share it. You just make sure to let me know, and then I will share it to you so that you can catch up this last part. Otherwise, if you don't have something to prepare for, then remain in the lesson as we continue. So we will see how far we can go, honorable members. It will just depend on how fast you will move. Otherwise, let's continue. Okay, guys, just to refresh our minds, just for the purpose of refreshing our minds. Very quickly, let's have a look at this. I'm just refreshing your minds here to say, as a mathematician, you are expected to think out of the box. You are expected to analyze given problems, make conclusions. So it's not like maths is not like theory where you need to know that, okay, compass, there's something called north, south, east, west. There is southeast, southwest, and so on and so forth. When it comes to mathematics, you need to think analytically, honorable members. You need to think, analyze things, think, and think beyond your capabilities. 2 buildings are 45 meters apart, okay? Those are the 2 buildings. And that length is represented by ED, separated by a park. So a person on top of the shorter building at point A calculates the angle of elevation of B from A to be 30 degrees, and the angle of depression of D, base of the taller building, from A to be 50 degrees. So now they are saying determine the size of ADE. Determine the size of ADE. Very quickly, anyone who's able to determine the size of angle D in triangle ADE. ADE.
Say it's 50 degrees.
Are you sure?
Say I believe so.
What is the reason for that? Who's speaking now?
Say it's because of alternating angles.
Exactly that. Exactly that. Even I will say 50 degrees. Okay, then it's fine. Very quickly, how are we therefore going to calculate the length of BD, being the height of the taller building? So this one, we won't need to work it out, but we just discuss how are we going to work it out? If you know, just unmute, mention your name, and then I will recognize you. Anyone, how are we going to calculate the length of BD, being the height of the taller building? No, just mention your name. Who's speaking? Is it Wendy?
It's Mandonke, sir.
Okay, your name is noted. Just hold on. Anyone else who wants to explain how we can work it out?
Sir,
Just a
can't we
name.
use the area?
No. Just a name. Who's speaking now?
It's in it, sir.
No. Just a name, and I will recognize you. Sinit also wants to give it a try. Okay, another one who wants to give it a try, you just mention your name. If you've got an idea of how we can work it out.
Who?
Okay, we have Chiro. Who else? Anyone who's got an idea of how we can work it out? Okay, Chiro, I recognize you, honorable member. What can we do there? Chiro, you are recognized. How can we work it out? Okay, Chiro is muted. Sinit, go for it.
Sir, I was thinking we could use area rule, cosine. I'm forgetting the topic, but we could use that one.
Okay.
Sir, I'm back.
Oh yes, okay. You can also comment. I did hear what the honorable member said there. What is it that we can do, Chiro?
Yeah, we can use trig ratios to calculate.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Mandy, who do you agree with there?
Sir, I would agree with neither of them because I have my own opinion.
Okay. Maybe share what you're thinking, honorable member.
Okay, so what I think we should do first, since both of them are triangles, I think we should find calculate the angle of DAE. Since by using the sum of the angles first, we must I'm not really sure myself, but I think we should calculate the angles of DAE using the fact that they are the sum of angles in a triangle. So what I did, first things first, I said DAE. I wrote it down. I said DAE
DAE, okay.
equals to 180 degrees minus brackets 50 degrees plus 90 degrees, which
I
gave me 40
see.
degrees.
Okay.
Then the next one, I'm not really sure about this one because I just did it now. But I think but next thing we need to do, we need to find the angle of ADE. In order to do that,
ADE, okay.
and in order to do that, I think we have to use what is it called? The tangent. Oh yeah, we have to use the tangent to find
But
AE.
ADE, is it not ADE? Is it not 50? I think we already know what ADE is because it's 5.1.
Yes, so we're using ADE to find AE.
To find AE, okay, now I hear you.
Since we know what ADE is, I thought about using the tangent. It's tangent, yeah, tangent of angle ADE. Then the
Which will
rest,
be equals to what?
I wrote it down. I said tan 50 degrees AE over 45. Then I multiplied both sides by 45. And what did it give? I started on calculating. Not finished calculating, that's the issue.
Okay. I now hear you, the honorable member. I think this will take us to exactly where I wanted you guys to be. Where you think about it, you plan, and then you try to figure out how to work it out. Again, I'm going to start somewhere, and then we will conclude in answering that question. This is what happens, honorable members. I will very quickly summarize it this way and say we have two main types of triangles, two triangle types. Not necessarily two, but you will get my point when I say two types of triangles. What do I mean by that? Firstly, we have what we call a right-angled triangle. Very much important, honorable members. A right-angled triangle. How does it look? It always has a 90-degree inside. That is the first type when I say two types. The second type, it is one which is just a triangle, which could be a scalene, isosceles, those type of triangles that they do not have 90 degrees. None of their angles is 90 degrees or greater than 90 degrees. With me just explaining this part, do you guys understand or do you guys get my point when I say we've got just a triangle and a right-angled triangle? Do you guys understand me on that part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. Now, this is what I'm going to say. Always, listen to me very carefully. Always, when you are dealing with a right-angled triangle, you must never think about anything else other than sine angle, cos angle, tan angle, and theorem of Pythagoras. These are the only tools that you use in order to solve problems related to a triangle, which is a right-angled triangle. The moment you see a triangle, which is just a triangle, this is where you must never think about this because they don't work. You only think about the rules, being the sine rule and the cosine rule. Does it make sense, honorable members? Before we even look at that question, this is what I'm saying. If the triangle that you are dealing with is a right-angled triangle, this is where the answers will be coming from. If it is not a right angle triangle, this is where the answers will be coming from. Do you guys understand? Sinit, are you now able to understand the difference between the two?
Yes, sir. I understand, sir.
That goes to everyone. Are you guys listening to what I'm saying there?
So,
Sir, just one question. If they didn't tell us it's a right angle triangle, we just assume it is a right angle triangle, right? By just looking at its shape.
No, you never assume, but you look for this. You never assume, but this will be given.
So in the case of triangle ADE, because there's no angle in it, we don't use the formulas for a right angle triangle like Pythagoras and trig ratios.
Okay. So in this case, that's where you are therefore expected to be analytical. You know, there's no way. Okay, maybe in modern times, but when you look at this is a building which is expected to be a building or which is straight up. Automatically, then we are having a 90 degree there, even though they did not say. Maybe it is not necessary for you to even know whether that is 90 or not. And you will only notice that when you start to answer the questions. Let me try to answer this question, and then you guys will notice why it's important to just know about only that part. And if you have to assume, you can already see that, okay, this is also 90 degrees. Based on the information that this is angle of inclination and this is angle of depression, it automatically means there is that line and then there is that angle which is 30 degrees. Obviously, this is 90. And then that, obviously, this is 90 degrees. This angle, it could be a whatever. It doesn't really matter that much because it is not given or they did not say much about that angle. It probably means you won't even need it in order to work out this problem. Let me work out the problem and then you will tell me if it makes sense, Sinit. So I just want to make you guys aware that if you do not know or understand this part, you will always complicate that problem. And it is very much easy because you have the upper right angled triangle. You also have the lower right angled triangle, where we know that that distance is 40. From there to there, they've given us in the statement, they say it is it 45? It's 45, yes. Let me update that. You guys understand where the 45 is coming from, the distance of the park between the two buildings. Already, we do know that this angle is 30 degrees. We do know that this angle is 50 degrees. Why not look for that side and then you just plus it with that side and then that will be the height of a BD. Because obviously there's 90 degrees. Then you can use tan to find that side. You can still use tan to find that side because you've got the angles there. I'm not sure. Does it make sense, honorable members?
No,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's
Hello.
what
No,
I
sir.
did.
yes, sir.
There's another one who said, no, let me maybe attend to that one and then I will know that we are all on the same page. Who said no on that one?
It was me, Sinit, sir.
Okay. Do you have a specific part which is confusing Senit, which needs me to re-explain?
Like I understand that we have to first find each triangle before we add them. That I get, but
Yes.
won't we
Yeah.
need a side? Won't we need a common side that connects both triangles in order to find their values, sir? I don't understand. I don't know if that question makes sense, but the distance is at
45.
ED. So shouldn't we
Okay.
work ourselves up?
Wait, do you agree? I think this is the part that you are missing, but you will just let me know. Do you agree that from E to D, it is the same as A to C? Do you agree on that one?
Is it because they
Or
are
can you know?
parallel?
It's because again, you can say it's because they are parallel, but in simple terms, it's because a house is a straight up house, and then we have another one next to it, which is a straight up house. So automatically it means from here to there. It is the same as from here to there, same as they are just the same distance apart from bottom to top.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
So can you see when I say sometimes these questions, they want you to think like a mathematician. That's exactly what I mean,
Yes, sir.
honorable members. Some of these questions are not meant to be difficult and not meant to be confusing, but you must have done a lot of questions to an extent where you are exposed to all possibilities. Then you know that, okay, sometimes we can be given something which is meant to be complicated, but because of this simple information, you end up thinking that, okay, we are just given the length of ED, but we don't know what is AC. So it remains your responsibility to think that a house, generally, it's a straight up house. Next to it is a straight up house. So that means this distance in between is the same throughout. Something of that nature, honorable members. And then you must also know that you can separate these triangles. That distance remains the same. If you find that, then you're going to add it with that. I hope you guys got my point on that one. There is another one. Guys, there's no time to sleep. There is definitely no time to sleep, especially during these times of exams, honorable members. We need to make sure that we cover as much information as possible.
Sir,
Guys, I'm not really sure what happened to what's happening there, but can you hear me now?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure what happened. Switch to the iPad. Unable to join this. Let me try again. Okay, it's connecting on this device. We will conclude. I just wanted to take a screenshot of this and then attempt it. Yeah, there was now. No, I'm not sure what's happening there. Okay. Guys, can you hear me?
Kind of, sir.
Yes, sir.
Guys. Okay. I think my screen is shut. Can you just take a screenshot of this? And then you'll just look at this and see if you can be able to apply your mind and work it out. You are welcome to work it out and then send an inbox via WhatsApp, just like you've been submitting. And then if I happen to get a chance, I will look into what you've done and let you know if your approach is correct. If your approach is correct. Guys, did you take a screenshot? I'm about to sign out.
Yes, sir. I took a screenshot.
Is
Sir,
it all of you guys who took a screenshot? Yes.
Can you please go back to the first image? The one with the
sir,
two
could you send
buildings.
us to the group, sir?
Okay, it's fine. I will then send it to the channel so that it's not lost. In case if you are not in the
Sir.
channel, I will send a Yebo. Okay, it's fine. I will send all to the group. Okay, send. Guys, I am signing out. You got it, most honorable members. You got it,
Yes, sir.
nay?
Yes, sir.
Good, goodest. You can send me via inbox and then sign out. I think the network is